Hello all, Happy New Year. I'm Kim from Chibbey.wee Crochet, and today we're going to make this warm and cozy newborn cardigan. It's January and it is perfect for this cold weather. The yarn that I'm going to be using today is Loops and Threads from Michaels, and I'm using a J hook. To make this project, you're going to need a hook, some scissors, a darning needle, and a couple of stitch markers. You're going to need two, maybe three. So let's get started. Before we get started, please like, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. So for this, we're going to get our J hook and we're going to make a chain of 47. Okay, so now that I have 47 chains, I'm going to basically half double crochet all the way down the chain. There's several ways that you can make this first row happen. You can do a foundation row of 46 chains, 46 half double crochets, or if you wanted to give it more stretch, you could go into the back bumps so that it won't be so tight. For the purpose of the demonstration, I'm just going to go straight into the chains. I'm making half double crochets all the way down. Hello to everybody joining. Thank you for coming in. Please like, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the upcoming tutorials. So we did a chain of 47. Now we're making 46 half double crochets. The yarn that I'm using is Loops and Threads. You can use any weight for yarn that you might have. But for a baby sweater, I'm loving the Loops and Threads. So I want to hide this tail so that I don't have to sew it in later. So to achieve that, I'm going to chain one, pull up the loop, enter the first leg of this stitch pull this through there. I've already made my chain 1 to turn, and now I'm just going to crochet over this tail to hide it so I don't have to sew it in later. Now for this first section of the sweater at the bottom, we're going to make 15 rows of half double crochets. 15 rows. So you're going to half double crochet all the way to the end, chain 1 and turn. You're going to continue until you have 15 rows. This cardigan will be worked in one single panel. The only thing you're going to have to sew together is the hood and the shoulders. So I've already completed the first half. I've already got my 15 rows. You're going to place a stitch marker, count over 11 stitches, and the 11th stitch you're going to add your stitch marker. Now I did not fasten off. So I'm still connected. This is row 15. Here's my stitch marker and the 11th stitch. So now I'm going to chain 1 and turn. I'm going to half double crochet all the way to the stitch marker spot. This is row 16. Here's where the stitch marker is. I'm going to go in that spot, chain 1 and turn, and now I'm going to go back and forth. This is row 16. I'm about to start row 17. I'm going to go back and forth until I have 23 rows, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do on row 24. To complete this sweater, I'm assuming you will know half double crochets. If you do not know how to half double crochet, you're going to yarn over into your stitch and pull up a loop, then yarn over and take off all 3 loops. So you will need to know how to make half double crochets to complete this project. You will also need to know front post, back post, double crochet. So now I'm starting row 18. I'm going until I have 23 rows, and I'm not going to fasten off. So I'm about to start row 20. row 21, row 22, and now I'm about to start row 23. Now rows 24, 25, and 26 are a little bit different. So now for row 24, you've chain one and you've turned. You're going to place 2 half double crochets in the first stitch. And then you're going to put 1 half double crochet in the rest of the stitches. Row 25, chain 1 and turn. Put 1 half double crochet in every stitch and put 2 half double crochets in the last stitch. This is the last stitch. Put 2 half double crochets in this last stitch. Now chain 1 and turn. And you're going to put 2 half double crochets in the first stitch and then 1 half double crochet in all the rest of the stitches. 1, 2, so now I'm at row 26 and I'm going to fasten off and I'm going to leave a tail because I need the tail later to sew the shoulders closed. So this is the front panel. You're going to go to the other end and you're going to do what you did over here. I've already done it. you would join your yarn here, pull up a loop, chain one, and then turn, and then you would make the same thing that we did over here, so you can rewind the video and watch that again. So this is a 1-panel sweater, 15 rows of half double crochet at the bottom. Then you have 11 stitches until you get to row 26. 24, 25, and 26 are different here. The same thing over here. I'm going to start the back panel, and when the back panel is finished, to complete this right here is creating the armholes for your sleeve spot. When this back panel has been added, you'll be able to take this part, fold it in, take this part, fold it in, and that's the opening to the sweater. And the sweater, the cardigan, this is the opening. It's one panel. There's no multiple panels to sew together, so that is what we are creating. So now I'm going to add the middle panel, and the stitch marker spot, I'm joining in the stitch marker spot. So what I do is just grab the yarn, make one knot, and then I'm going to crochet on top of this tail to hide it so that I don't have to sew it in later. If you want to sew yours in, go right ahead. I won't be doing it. So now I'm going to half double crochet all the way over to the other stitch marker spot, half double crochet in the stitch marker spot, and then I'm going to go back and forth until I get to row 26. The row that I'm adding is row 16. You're going to go back and forth until you get to row 26. Hello to everybody joining. Please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the tutorials. For the people who have joined, we're making a newborn hooded cardigan. When I'm finished, if you missed any part, you can rewind the video later, rewatch it, and make it. At the end of the video, I will explain how you can make this in other sizes. So you want to watch to the end. I'm on row 25. I need 26 rows. After the next row, I'm going to sew up the shoulders and add the hood. Sixteen, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. This is row 26. Last row of the back panel. So this is the inside of the sweater. I put a stitch marker at the bottom to let me know which was the right side. This is the wrong side. So I'm going to sew it with the wrong side out. So basically I'm going to take this panel. These are the armholes for the sleeves. Take this panel. I no longer need the stitch markers. Take this panel, fold it in. Take this panel, fold it in. That's the opening. So now I need to sew the shoulders closed. I need to sew 7 stitches on each side. So I'm going to place a stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That way I won't sew too many. I need to wipe off this camera lens. Sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to weave in this tail on the back one. So when you're looking at your stitches, each stitch has two legs. When you look at it from the top, it looks like a bunch of V's. You have the front and the back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And this row also is the same thing. So I want to sew these closed, but I want it to be seamless. So what I'm going to do is pick up the 2 inside stitches. Well, first I have to weave it back in. So I'm going to pick up the 2 inside stitches and then pick up this outside stitch and this outside stitch. And because this is on the shoulder, I'm going to go through this again to secure it. I'm going to do this every stitch for 7 rows. The 2 middle stitches and the 2 outside stitches. You can sew your shoulders however you want. This is my favorite way. And because this is the last stitch, I'm going to go through this again to make sure that it's secure. So that is the inside and that is the outside. It's seamless. Now I had this from that tail that was left over, so I'm just going to weave down on the back stitches. And then weave this one over to meet it so I can tie it in a knot. So I'm going to repeat on this side. This is the beginning of the cardigan, the sleeve holes. Now I'm going to attach the hood. So I'm going to go on this last stitch here. I'm going to join my yarn there. Pull up a loop, chain one. I'm going to crochet over this tail. I'm going to half double crochet one in each of the next 7 stitches until I reach the corner. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I've just did 7 half double crochets, and now I'm at the corner. This spot and this spot. I'm going to half double crochet these 2 together. So to do that, I'm going to yarn over, enter my stitch, pull up a loop. Normally I would yarn over and pull off all 3 loops, but this time I'm going to immediately start the next one. Yarn over, enter the next stitch, pull up a loop. Now I'm going to yarn over and take off all the loops. Now I just did half double crochet 2 together. Now on this back row, I'm going to half double crochet until I get to the corner spot on the other side. So now I'm at the corner spot again. Here's one, here's the other. Yarn over, enter the stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, enter the next stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, take off all the loops. And now half double crochet for 7. So now the first row of the hood is complete. If you do not want a hood and you just want a collar, you can do 2 or 3 more rows of half double crochet and stop, and you just have a collar. But I'm going to add a hood. So what I'm going to do for rows 2 through 9, I'm just going to do 1 half double crochet in every stitch. row 3 of the hood. So I'm row 5 of the hood. I need to get to row 9. Hello to everybody joining. Please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the tutorials. Right now I am adding a hood to a newborn cardigan. This live will be saved so you'll be able to go back and re-watch it. Once I get to row 9, I'll have another set of instructions. Right now I'm on row 8. Okay, row 9 is 1/2 double crochet in every stitch. Rows 10 and 11 are going to have special instructions, and you're going to need stitch markers. Okay, so for row 10, I'm going to count over 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to put a stitch marker in the 10th stitch. Same thing on the other side. Stitch marker on the 10th stitch. So now I'm going to 1/2 double crochet for 9. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to do 8, I'm sorry. Scratch what I just said. Count over 8 stitches, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put the stitch marker in the 9th stitch, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Stitch marker in the 9th stitch. When you get to that stitch marker, you're going to place 2 1/2 double crochets in that space. One, 2, and now I'm going to 1/2 double crochet 1 in each stitch until I get to the next stitch marker. Now place 2 1/2 double crochets in the stitch marker space. And then 1 1/2 double crochet in the rest of the stitches till you get to the end. You're going to chain 1 and turn. And when you turn, now you're going to count over 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put the stitch marker in the 10th stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now 1/2 double crochet in every stitch until you get to the stitch marker. When you get to the stitch marker, place 2 half double crochets in that stitch. Somebody's saying good morning. You must be in the UK to be saying good morning, because it is 7 p.m. here in Indiana. I'm at the stitch marker spot. I'm going to place 2 half double crochets in this space, and then 1 half double crochet in each space until I get to the next stitch marker. Hello to everybody coming in. I am working on a newborn hooded cardigan. I am adding the hood right now. I'm at the stitch marker spot. I need to place 2 in this stitch. 2 half double crochets in this stitch. And then 1 half double crochet in every stitch into the end of the row. Okay, so this is row 11. Rows 12 to 16 are just 1 half double crochet in every stitch. So I'm going to put a stitch marker at the end so I know that this is row 11. So we're on row 12 and we're going to row 16. 1 half double crochet in every stitch. Hello to everybody coming in. I'm on row 15 of the hood. Rows 17 through 20 will have special instructions. And you will need 2 stitch markers. Okay, so now I need to get 2 stitch markers. So now I need to find the 2 middle stitches and place a stitch marker in both. So basically grab a hold of each stitch and work myself in to find the 2 middle stitches. So now for rows 17 through 20, every time I get to these stitch markers, I'm going to do a half double crochet 2 together right there for 4 rows. So now I'm in this 2 spots. Yarn over, enter the first stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, enter the next stitch, pull up a loop. Yarn over, take off all the loops. And then 1 half double crochet to the end. I'm going to leave these here. This is the last row of the hood. Last row of the hood. Now the purpose of doing this was so that the hood is not straight up and down. I did this so that the hood can curve at the top. You'll see the hood is doing this. That's what those 4 rows did. So now I'm going to leave a tail because I'm going to use the tail to sew the hood shut. So I want to sew the hood shut on the wrong side. I put a stitch marker in the beginning to let me know which side was the right side. So now I want to sew it so the wrong side is facing. And the same way I close the shoulders is the same way that I'm going to close the hood. You can close it any way you want, but I'm going to close it like this. Hello to everybody coming in. How are you? You finally made it. Well, welcome in. This live will be saved, so you will be able to go back and rewatch it. I am making a newborn hooded cardigan. So now I'm going to work on the edging. For reference, this is the edging that I'm going for. It is a front post, back post, double crochet, edging all the way around. So the first stitch will be the half double crochet going around. And I'm going to start at the bottom corner. Alrighty, so I'm going to find this last stitch at the bottom. And I'm going to join my yarn. I wonder if I should add some color to it, but now I think I'm going to just do all purple. I'm working on stuff for your goddaughter, making she's doing May. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm going to add this stitch, join here in the corner, and I'm going to crochet over this tail. So I'm gonna enter the stitch, pull up a loop, chain one, and then I'm gonna half double crochet in this stitch. And what I'm gonna do is place one half double crochet in each row, not each stitch, if that makes sense. One half double crochet in each row. One half double crochet in each row. So I went all the way around with half double crochet. Now I'm going to do um, 2 rows of front post double crochet. So 1 row front post this way, 1 row front post this way, and then 1 row of single crochet to end it. I'm making a newborn hooded cardigan. The thumbnail on the video should show you a picture of what I'm making. This is so helpful. I'm glad. Now this live will be saved, so you will be able to go back and rewatch it and make one for yourself. When I get to the end, I'm going to explain how you can make it in other sizes. So basically from here, all you're doing is adding the finished edge. I'm going to show you what it's going to look like when it's done. This is what it looks like when it is completed. You just basically add multiple rows of front post, back post until you have the desired edge. It could be thinner, it could be thicker. You decide how thick you want it to be. The last row should be a row of single crochet to give it a finished edge. Now, when I make my newborn cardigans, I do not typically add sleeves because when you add sleeves, once the baby's arms start to grow as they get bigger, they'll no longer be able to wear the sweater. But if you don't add sleeves, they can wear it longer. So I normally do not add sleeves. Now, if I was going to make this for a bigger child, let's say a 2T or a 3T, what you could do is, here is a 2T t-shirt that I got from Michaels. These are usually the ones that I used for sizing. So what I normally would do is take a t-shirt, and this goes for any size person, an adult, a kid. If a grown person say, hey, can you make me a sweater? The first thing I ask them is, what size t-shirt do you wear? Oh, I wear a 2X. Or my daughter wears a 2T. Go buy a t-shirt in that size. This t-shirt was $2.99. You could literally buy one size in each shirt and put them in your closet and save them for when you have a client. So you use this shirt, lay it flat, measure the arm opening, the neck opening, how wide it is, how long it is, measure the sleeves from the armpit to the shoulder, measure from the armpit to the bottom. If they want it to the waist, if they want it to the ankles, you figure out how tall they are. Whatever inches this is across, multiply by 2, and that's the waist length, the waist width. So you can make anything if you have a t-shirt in the size of that person. This will give you a benchmark on how wide it should be. And then when you want to figure out the stitch count, you just make sure your starting stitch count is a even number so that it looks symmetrical. So for this sweater, I did a chain of 47 because the starting stitch count was 46 double crochets. 46 is an even number. So just make sure you have your client's size. If you're going to make this for yourself and you don't know how to start it, just grab one of your t-shirts and use it as a benchmark to do your sizing. So this newborn cardigan is easy to create. You can play with the different color variations. You can add multiple colors. The yarn that I use for this project is Michael's Loops and Threads. You can check out all the information in the description box. If you want to know where I got my gloves, the yarn, what type of hooks I use, all of that is in the description. You can go back and rewatch this, make a sweater for yourself or for a client. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. See you next time. Bye.